Hi, I'm Debbie from Ann Arbor Sewing Center. So many of our staff and customers have been making masks for donation around the community during this time, and we wanted to put a brief tutorial on the website just to help anybody that might still be looking to make some for family and friends or for donation. So here we go. So there are many different types of masks out there, many different patterns that have been put out on the internet. The one we're making today is 2 pieces of woven cotton fabric and 4 ties that are each 18 inches long. So what I've done is taken 2 pieces, as I said, of woven cotton quilting fabric, each 7 by 9 inches long. For the ties, we're going to use 2-inch wide cotton fabric that we're going to fold into double fold strips. It does not need to be bias. You can make them straight of grain. So I just took a 45-inch wide fabric and cut it into 2-inch strips across the width. Then you take it over to the ironing board. And I've done this because I think but you fold it in half lengthwise and then fold each of the edges into the center and then fold the whole piece in half and give it a good press. So once you have it ironed, then you can take it over to the machine and it will look like this. I will show you how to do that in a few minutes. So I just have strips that are 1/2 inch wide with a edge stitching down the side to hold them together. There's lots of different things you can do to use to make ties. Some people have been using elastic, but I know elastic is hard to come by, so the ties have become more practical. At one point I was using, lanyard pieces. You can use commercially purchased double fold bias tape. I've also been making some with my serger where I make it about half the width. So I serge it in half, use a 1-inch strip, serge it in half first, and then fold it over and top stitch it with my sewing machine. Same concept. As long as you cut them to 18 inches, it'll be just fine. Today I'm going to use my Bernina 880 for this project. I have selected foot 10D to use, and I'll put that on in a minute. But on my screen it shows me what that foot will look like, and I have moved my needle position over 2 positions to be able to top stitch the edge of those straps evenly. So now we'll put my foot on, engage the dual feed. So as I said, I have my 10D foot on, and it has a blade right down the center of it, which will enable me to run the edge of the tie right next to it. I have the open end of the tie that I'll be stitching down with a straight stitch right along the edge. So just by running the fabric right along the blade and my needle position is moved over, I can very easily get a nice exact top stitch without really having to pay much attention to it. So I'm just going to go the whole length. I've cut this strip about 36 inches long, just so it'll make 2 ties. And I'm just going to run the whole length. Cut my threads. And what I'm left with is a very nice, precise edge stitch all the way down the length. Okay, so then I'm going to cut this to 18 inches.